Coach, last week and over the weekend, a strong showing in Kansas City with 5 NCAA qualifiers. I know some good performances out there. If you could just start off by offering a recap of what you saw and how you thought the guys did out in the NCAA championships.
Yeah, I thought our guys represented our program really well out there. It looked like all of our guys were prepared, and I think our schedule is what kind of prepared them for it. We wrestled a schedule this year where they had seen some of the best guys in the country before we got there. So I think there was a lot that went into that performance, but the biggest thing was just consistency across the board. I mean, all of our guys looked prepared. They looked motivated and, ready to compete and put it all on the line. And I think that's why you saw a lot of wins. I mean, I think we set the program record for most first-round wins, and we had a lot of upsets, and we upset higher seeds. Whether I think they were upsets on, in reality or not is irrelevant, but I think it just shows that the progress our guys made through the entire year. When you look back to November, the first duel against NC State, to where we finished in March, I think it's a remarkable journey that our guys took this year.
We mentioned after the fact that it was the second trip for a lot of those guys, and to have improved results, could you see a difference from trip 1 to trip 2 and just how comfortable and how they wrestled?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, once you've been to the NCAA tournament before and you've had that experience, I think you're a little more prepared for the schedule, for the crowd, for the arena, and just the emotions that go along with it. I mean, I think your first time out of that tunnel in the arena, in front of 25,000 people, it can be a little intimidating if you've never been there before. And so I definitely think that experience played a factor for a lot of our guys who had been there before. I think it helped them prepare mentally for what was going to be coming about, and I thought our guys handled it really well and competed really well.
You talk about the idea of wanting to wrestle your best in March and to have the conference tournament championship, to then go and have the performances at the NCAAs. Just how would you, I guess I would say, I imagine you're pleased with the way this team progressed to get to where they were in March.
Yeah, there's no question about it. This team wrestled its best in March, which is what you want as a coach. You want to gear all your training, all your schedule, all your competitions. Everything is geared toward, finishing the year strong. And I think that's what I'm most proud of our guys, is they finished the year strong. We had some great moments throughout the season, but there's no question about it. We were wrestling our best when it mattered the most in March. And that's what you want as a coach. That's what we want our program to strive for. And I think without question, if you look at how we wrestled at the Southern Conference tournament and at the NCAA tournament, this team improved tremendously, and they wrestled their best in March when it mattered the most.
When you rewind to how the season started and how it looked with having to replace some impactful multi-year starters, have some new guys in the lineup, or just guys at different weights, would you say this group, I don't know, based on exceeding expectations or where you thought they might be and how they actually ended up, how it played out?
Well, there's a lot of things to factor in. I mean, do I think that they exceeded expectations? Possibly for other people. I'm not sure they exceeded expectations for me or for our coaching staff. But I do think when you look at kind of where we came from in early November when we were wrestling NC State, and we really kind of had some struggles. We had some new faces in the lineup and guys that were trying to figure out what it's all about and that kind of thing. So I think when you look at that, yeah, we made tremendous growth, and probably the way that we grew throughout the season. Some people might have thought that coming into this year maybe it was going to be a rebuilding year. I'm not sure I thought that, but yeah, I'm definitely proud of the progress we made, and finishing with another championship was really, really special.
Was there a time, and maybe it's the North Carolina duel or another moment, where you could kind of see something click, or the confidence kind of grew in this group to reach their potential?
Yeah, I think that North Carolina duel was probably a big pivot point in the season. I think our guys, we felt like going into that duel we had a chance to win, but actually winning and, getting over that hump, I think that might have been our first dual meet win, if I remember correctly. So I think getting over that hump and getting that win over a ranked opponent, no doubt about it, it catapulted our team to, what all we accomplished there at the end of the season. I think that definitely was a turning point in our year for sure.
For some of the growth you've mentioned, whether it's work by your staff or just what are some of the ingredients that you thought helped kind of reach those things and make those developments and that growth visible?
Well, I definitely think our coaching staff, my assistant coaches, I want to give them a shout out. I think they did a great job really building our guys up and, taking our guys that were in our lineup that maybe were having some struggles and finding their deficiencies and really kind of building upon them throughout the year. I think they deserve some credit. Coach Diabe, Coach Patterson, and Coach Richard, I think they did a great job, in helping our guys improve throughout the season. But I think it's our culture. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think our team culture is what I would accredit a lot of our success to this year. Is graduating guys, really good guys, and then having new guys and new faces step up and fill those shoes. I think that says a lot about our team culture.
You had a relatively small group of seniors. I guess one in particular, Cody Bond, if you could just reflect on the journey, that 7 years long and a lot of growth, and just about where he was by the end of his career.
Well, first off, I can't tell you how proud I am of Cody and just, him not only as a wrestler, but as a young man. I mean, he's grown tremendously in his time here, and it's been a long time. 7 years is a long time to be committing to college athletics, especially a sport like wrestling. But he stayed committed for the long haul, and he's made tremendous growth. I mean, with his story of, coming in, struggling a little bit, being off the team for a year, coming back onto the team, winning the Southern Conference, qualifying for nationals, then out of our lineup for a year, and then back in this year and ended up, winning another Southern Conference championship, down a weight class, and then having a great performance in the NCAA tournament. I think put an exclamation point on his career. I mean, I think he really overachieved what anybody ever expected when he came here to Appalachian State, and he's just a byproduct of what it means to buy into our system and our culture and do the things that are asked of you. I think you can achieve some pretty remarkable things.
I guess looking forward, it's hard to ever know exactly how rosters and everything will look, but just what are some of the focal points for you now as you move forward from NCAAs?
Well, I mean, we just had a team meeting this morning, and the biggest thing is we've got to get better. I mean, you never stay the same. In this sport, you're either getting better or you're getting worse. And the message to our guys was we've got to find deficiencies that we have, and we really got to diligently and consistently work on those in this off season so that we're a better version of ourselves come November than we are right now. And I think if our guys do that and they commit to this off season to really training and fixing some mistakes and growing not only physically but mentally, then I think we'll be headed in the right direction going into next season.
As you kind of close the books on 23-24, are there any other kind of thoughts that jump out to you, or just kind of parting ideas as you kind of close the chapter on the season?
Yeah, I think for me, the one thing I'm most proud of is our consistency. I think for the second year in a row, we finished top 25 in the country in the dual meet standings, and I think I'd heard the other day that that's one of only 4 mid-major programs that were able to do that the last 2 years, and I'm proud that we were one of them, especially when you look at what all we lost last year from a standpoint of a 2-time All-American, 2 conference champs, but then to be able to come back, replace those guys, have a return NCAA qualifier that was out for an injury, and then still find a way to win another conference championship and then have the performance we did at the NCAA tournament. I think that speaks to the consistency that our program has, and I'm really proud of that, and I'm excited for the future. I mean, I think that this program has been very consistent. We've achieved at a high level, but, we're excited for, maybe moving the bar up a little bit and being able to achieve some things that maybe we haven't done so far, and looking to try to have multiple All-Americans and be a top 15 team. That's our goal. So that's going to take a lot of work, but I'm excited for the challenge, and I think our guys are up for the task at hand.